Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Villa Park. Since the last episode we have been very consistent, just not in the best way. So here are the results since those two defeats against West Ham and Liverpool. We drew 0-0 with Arsenal, we drew 1-1 with Wolves taking their lead through Philip Baumann, and we drew 3-0 with Everton, pegging them back 3 times, being behind 3 times, pegging them back 3 times. Baumann in 67, Rog on 74 and Valentin Salinas on 93. That means that we play Brighton, Southampton and Chelsea in the final 3 games of the season. Brighton are in 17th, Southampton are in 18th, so both of them fighting for their lives, and Chelsea are up there in 5th on 64 points. We are now on 54 points, played 1 game more than Manchester City, who have 58. It looks like our European dreams are crushed for 1 more season, but we're definitely making strides in the right direction. We just need a better start to the season. You see here, just dropping way down here. We never actually dropped into the relegation zone, just to 16th, and just had that spell where we just couldn't really get going. And then back half of the season we've really done well, got ourselves up the table, got as high as 7th at one point, but it looks like 8th is going to probably be where we finish up this season. So we're going to get straight into today's games. First game is against Brighton, who are 17th, fighting for their lives. Team is Formosano, Dubois, Brown, Suarez, McMillan, Tulio in front of them, Neto and Hudson Enrique in central midfield, Kozil on the left, Rog on the right, Baumann up front. All the lines are coming along perfectly now. I'll bring you any team changes if there is any for the other 2 games, but if not, this 11 will probably be the 11 to see out the rest of the season. Let's get into the game. We are underway here in a game where Brighton, in the return fixture, I think it was the 3rd or 4th game of the season, pegged us back. I believe they pegged us back 3 times in a 3-3 draw in a game we absolutely dominate. I think I've showed you the stats on that before, as Kozil drives into the box, to the byline, goes down. Is the referee going to give a penalty there? I don't know whether Kozil overrun it slightly. Penalty has been given. 2 minutes in, it's going to be a penalty, and who's going to step up to take this? It is going to be Philip Baumann, left-footed, steps up, and it goes in, and Hoynall seemed to take about 3 steps to his right there as he went to try and save it. Let's see if we get a better angle on the replay. So Baumann steps up, and Hoynall, he literally runs to his right. I thought he was going to tip it round the post. It goes in. It's 1-0. 2 minutes into the game. Rog with a free kick and headed in by Brown, and Jamie Brown makes it 2-0 in 25 minutes, and we have taken a 2-goal lead here. It is a little bit early still. I remember us doing this in an episode against Burnley where we took a 2-goal lead pretty early on. Brown with a great head there. Hoynall just cannot keep it out. It is near post. It's 2-0. Agaboo with the corner towards the far post. Neto heads it away. Diaby backtracking to pick the ball up under a little bit of pressure, gets it into Amrani. Amrani now held up into Macias. Back to Amrani, pulls it back, Macias, Amrani yet again, under pressure, goes back to Soicedo. Soicedo back to Basuma, switches out to the right hand side of McCallum. Can he keep it in? He does keep it in. Back to Diaby. Dubois has brought him down. We're checking for a penalty here, and a penalty has been awarded. After going 2-0 up, we've conceded a silly penalty, and is it going to be? It is Basuma who steps up, smashes it in. It's 2-1, and this has been a frantic first half here. Just over half an hour gone. Brighton 1, Aston Villa 2. Smashes the penalty. Keeper decent from the keeper, but just cannot get near it due to the power. 2-1. Soicedo, Sanjago into Barry now. Out to Diaby on the right side. One more out wide to McCallum. Agaboo, and it's just wide of the post. Ball switched out to Diaby here on the near side. He tried to run towards the ball and pulls back onto his left foot. Infield to McCallum. Got a bit of space. Can he pull the ball across? He does to Agaboo, and it is 2-2. And I did mention when Brown got that second goal that we'd done this before, where we had got a 2-goal lead and threw it away, and we've conceded 2 silly goals. A silly penalty conceded by Dubois, and that you saw that was coming. Diaby into McCallum. He had a bit of time and space, and he just pulled it back to Agaboo, edge of the 6-yard box, put it across for Masano, 2-2. Basuma looks long. Can Barry get there first? He does get there first. Great tackle, and Louis Barry gets the rebound and smashes it, and it's 3-2. And they've scored 2 goals in 7 minutes here in the second half to go from 2-1 down to 3-2 up. The ball was hit long by Yves Basuma over the top of the defence. Louis Barry gets there first, takes a touch. Tackle went in, but he just fell to Barry, who scores against his former club. It's 3-2, and we've capitulated here from a 2-goal lead. Hudson Enrique looks at the ball through for Baumann, who gets there first and misses the target. Baumann to Rog now. Looks at ball into Neto. Neto can drive into the box. Forced a little bit wide though. Pulls it back to Dubois, edge of the box. Goes down. Neto, ball in, and it's headed in by Nikita Rog. And it's 3-3, and we get the equaliser, and there's still 26 minutes to play. I thought there may have been a penalty there as Dubois went down, but the cross went in towards the far post, and Nikita Rog heads it in. You see Neto here into Dubois, runs Diaby. Might have been a shout for it. Neto's ball in, and Rog gets up, heads it into the corner of the net. It's 3-3. Neto looks at ball, cut out by McCallum. Agaboo, Basuma into Barry now. Looks for Bowen on this right hand side. Pulls it back onto his left foot, back to McCallum. Can he get the ball in from deep? He doesn't. Chooses to run with the ball in towards Ryan Kent, who smashes in at the far post. It's 4-3. There's 10 minutes left. Who was picking up Ryan Kent to that far post there? The ball was driven in by McCallum, and it was a brilliant finish by Kent at the far post. Pulled back here to McCallum. Deep as he goes past his man, gets the ball in, and Ryan Kent getting away from, I believe that's Tanganga there, at right fullback, to smash it behind Formasano. It's 4-3. Well, that is European hopes gone for another season for certain. We lose 4-3 to a Brighton team fighting for their lives. Not good enough today. We score 3 goals. That's not the disappointing part. The disappointing part is that we have lost 4-3. We've conceded 4 goals. Formasano has played a 6.1. I think this could be the beginning of the end for him. I know we only brought him in at, I think it was in January last season, but he's not impressing me in the slightest, and a 6.1 for him today. I think he's going to go at the end of the season. No changes. As much as I really want to drop Formasano, I can't, because I don't have another goalkeeper, because Stefan Kamara isn't registered. So yeah, it's Formasano again. Let's go Southampton at home. Last 5 games now has been 3 draws and 2 defeats. So it's really not good enough for the back end of the season, especially for where we are now in the top 10. As Kozol into Enrique, and he smashes it wide, and that is the problem of us at this save at the minute. We just cannot score goals. We're creating chances, we're just missing so many of them. In swinging corner, Brown gets up, Bowen hit the post from about a yard, and what can you do when that happens? That ball has bounced to Bowman. He's got lucky. Hudson Enrique into Rod, gets towards the byline. Can he get the crossing back onto his left foot? Ball in. Kozol back to Dubois, smashes it in, and Baptiste Dubois gets his 2nd of the season, and he only seems to score really good goals. Left-footed, smashes it across the goalkeeper from about 20 yards. Rog here manages to get the crossing with his left foot. I thought there was a push on Enrique. Kozol took it down, laid it back to Dubois, took a touch, beats the goalkeeper to the near post, 1-0. I am very conscious this season of how a lot of our results have been us taking the lead early and then conceding goals in the second half. It's been a very constant thing, as Rog into Bauman now, plays back to Tulio. Dubois, can he get the shot away? Kill him with the challenge, Squares it across, Bauman taps in, 15th of the season. He has found a little bit of form this season, I will say. Been highly critical of him for the chances he's missed. He could be a 30 goal a season striker if he could put away all the chances. Definitely something we're going to work on him next season, getting his shooting better. Dubois pulls it across, Bauman tucks in from inside 6 yards. Definitely more of a poacher, but it's 2-0 and there's 37 minutes to play. Bauman now inside the Southampton, back to Tulio. Verison. Bauman needs to get, looks at ball for Enrique, it's cut out. Thiago Thomas, it's been intercepted. Bauman out to Paez, inside left channel, hits the shot, and Benuna just tips it round the post. It was a great effort from Camilo Paez. Smashed the ball towards the goalkeeper, did well to tip it round the post, and the corner kick is headed away here, and it will remain 2-0. Paez with his outswinging corner, ball in, and Suarez heads it over. I thought for all the world he couldn't miss there. Heads it over there from around the 6-yard box. 2-0, 10 minutes to play. Into stoppage time. Unfortunately, as things look, we could actually finish 10th if we lose our last game of the season away at Chelsea, as the players take the lap of honour here. Good performance. We finally get a win on camera. It's been a little while. 2-0 here. Win on camera for the first time in a little while. Dubois and Bowman getting the goals. Job done. And we go into the last game against Chelsea, where we could actually finish in 10th place if we don't win that game and other results don't go our way. And it is the final game of the season. We've conceded a free kick here on the edge of the box. Solomon with a chance to get it up and over, and he hits the outside of the post, and Formasano deciding he's not going to dive again today. So we've got that working against us already. I decided actually to change Bauman's training to have him working on his composure on the final third, I believe it is. So his composure and decisions. Bauman hits the post. again, this is what we need. We need him to be better at. So we're going to work on his composure and his decision making. Hopefully that can improve something. He's finishing 14, so he doesn't need that much improvement. He should be able to score more than he misses, but at the moment he's not doing that. A Sweet Love now takes the ball inside right channel, drives towards the byline. Can he put it back? Does to Shortire. Proto into Solomon, who smashes it in. And Manuel Solomon beats Formasano at his near post. 1-0. 15 minutes gone. Well worked from that right hand side to get it across to the left hand side. And Solomon smashes in. Sweet Love here towards the byline. Pulls it back to Shortire. First time ball into Proto, who just lays it off to Solomon, who's free as a bird. Smashes it behind Formasano. And it is 1-0. Sweet Love back to Dodo. Into Guillermo. Sweet Love, and I mean, what can you do? What can you do when your goalkeeper's going to do that? He will 100% be sold in the summer. We've got a good young goalkeeper. I think it's Wadsworth, who's out on loan at the minute. He's going to be first choice goalkeeper next year, I think, because you can't compensate for that at all. It's 2-0. McMillan, switch ball out to the left side. Kozul takes it down. Pulls it back into Neto now. Back to Kozul again. Neto receives it back and has to go all the way back to Brown. That's disappointing. Into Tulio. Dubois. Quick passing. Bauman there. Enrique. Dubois, is he onside? He puts it wide though, and that is a massive chance. And we've had two really good chances here, and we haven't hit the target with either of them. As Solomon puts the ball in. Harrison, former Proto scores. It's 3-0. And it's going to be checked for something. It's been awarded. I don't know what he's been checked for. Solomon put the ball in. Harris with the header. And Formasano just flaps at it. And Proto taps in at the far post. 3-0. Barron to Neto now. Looks like ball through for Rock. Gets beyond his man. Gets the cross in. Kozul getting up with the far stick. Headed away from him. Dubois picks it back up. Goes infield to Neto. Into Tulio now. Goes back to Brown. Tulio yet again. Hudson Enrique. McMillan now. Held up, goes back to Suarez, goes all the way back to Formasano now. I don't trust what he's going to do, and that ball was a little bit dodgy there. It was fortunate that Brown had acres of space. Kozul switches out to Rog, forced to Bauman, shot block. Guillermo lays it back and it's smashed upfield. Dubois gets it back. McMillan as we go again now. Ball over the top. Rog, can he keep it in? He does keep it. He gets crossing, and Philip Bauman touches in for his 16th goal of the season. Simple little finish. It's 3-1, and we kind of deserved that with the chances we've created. And it's 3-1. Lovely little goal there. Well worked. Ball fired out to Rog. Actually, it's not that great of a ball. He does well to keep it in. Gets the cross in. And he just gets there ahead of the goalkeeper to touch it in. It's 3-1. Solomon heads it back and it's been headed in. And the goalkeeper was in no man's land there. And it's just going to check if this is going to count. I think Proto might have been offside, or Solomon, one of them. No goal's going to stand. And again, Formasano just looking like an absolute lemon in that 6-yard box. Ball goes in. Doesn't know what's going on. There's no point in being there. As Proto scores, it's 4-1. Solomon looks at ball over the top. Formasano comes and just smashes it straight to their right fullback, Buckle, who can bring it over halfway. Shortire now into Sweet Love. Back to Shortire. Comes in field into Sweet Love. 1-on-1. And I mean, if your goalkeeper's not going to dive, what chance have you got? It's 5-1. I give up. I absolutely give up with this. It's pathetic from the goalkeeper. I mean, it's not great defending regardless. That ball through from Shortire, Sweet Love onto it, but it's just not diving, and it is so frustrating. And someone let me know if this is an update or if anyone else is having this problem, but Formasano just isn't diving at the moment at all. He's been beaten all ends up every single time. It looks like, it doesn't even look like a goalkeeper playing a 6.3. 20 minutes to go, it's 5-1. Dubois infield to Neto, looks for Bauman, goes back to goal, turns it around the corner for Enrique, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, defender gets back and he fires it over. And again, just proving that we create the chances. We've had 16 shots today, we've only had 4 of them on target. Final game of the season, 5-1. Bauman getting the goal, assisted by Nikita Raj. Hudson Enrique played the 7.1 as well. Formasano with the 6.3. Absolutely pathetic. And we end the episode here. We'll come back for the end of season review and transfer window, as we need to get a new goalkeeper. We probably need to make some reinforcements to the back. I think going forward, we don't look too bad. We're creating the chances. We just need to find a way of getting them into the back of the net. But defensively, especially towards the back end of the season, we've looked really, really poor. No one really turning in any good performances. And we lose the final game of the season 5-1. We're going to have a quick look at where we finished. Just hit whatever the assistant said there, as everyone seems demotivated as they head into their holidays in the summer of May 2032. I'm going to send assistant because I don't want to deal with this right now. We finished 9th after all that. Leicester go above us on the final day of the season on goal difference due to the fact that we got beaten by 4 goals. Again, I suppose if we only got beaten by 1 goal, it'd have brought it back within 3, so we'd have been level on goal difference with them anyway. So we managed to finish above Burnley, who must have lost their last game of the season. They stay on 56 points. It's top half finish. Definite improvements on last season, but as a whole, we haven't scored enough goals, we haven't took our chances enough, and defensively towards the back end of the season, I don't know if this just comes from the goalkeeper, we haven't been good enough. And like I say, Formosano's definitely played his last game for the club now. I think Wadsworth is going to start as number 1 next season. Don't see the point of going out and spending a lot of money on another goalkeeper when we have him in reserve. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time for the end of season review and transfer window.